We've been doing this now for several weeks, and we're going to continue to do our weekly Standing Together segment where we highlight organizations that share our commitment to advance the kingdom of God by championing faith, family, and freedom. And this week, we want to give attention to Kids Beach Club, which partners with churches in reaching unchurched children and their families with the gospel. It's a great organization. I've worked with them, and exciting to see what God is doing through this ministry. Joining me now to discuss this, Jack Terrell. He's the founder and president of Kids Beach Club. Jack, welcome back to Washington Watch.
Man, it is really good to be with you again, Tony. Blessings on you, brother.
Well, you've been serving children's ministries for some 40 years, but it was about 20 years ago, after receiving a challenge from your church, that you developed this innovative after-school strategy. For our listeners and viewers that may not have heard you on the program before, give us the kind of an overview of Kids Beach Club.
Man, you nailed it. We're birthed from the church. We were doing a children's ministry called Treasure Island. It was a big children's worship, and the pastor wanted me to take what we were doing in that worship environment outside the walls of the church. And so that was the challenge, and the birth was Beach Club, and Beach Club has been involved in elementary schools because that's where we saw at that time where children, the vast majority of children, where they were. And so we wanted to go invest in where they were, and so in schools, and that's what we did. And we've been doing that now for almost 20 years. And to God be the glory, we've seen over 130,000 kids come through the ministry. Tony, we've seen over 80,000 Bibles distributed into the hands of children. We've seen now over 10,000 kiddos come to make Jesus their forever friend. And we currently have just under 4,500 kids in weekday Bible study in public schools in about 12 states.
This is exciting because your focus is on the preteens, 3rd through the 6th grade. And as I've talked about on this program many times, in fact, shared with some of your supporters, this is a key period of time because this is when a worldview is shaped. And so by reaching these kids, and that was when I was reached, because I was born into an unchurched home, when I was reached in that age range, and it has a life-impacting effect. Give me the number of ministry sites you know, how many partners you have now in different schools.
Excellent. We're at about 107 current active clubs. We've got probably another 15 that are going to be coming on after we get past December. And so we have served about 300 church partners in our history and been on more than 300 campuses in our history. And so as things ebb and flow, and leadership or father moves his pastors and churches go here, there, and yonder, we have a tendency to fluctuate in our numbers based on those. But the vast majority of the children that receive those Bibles, Tony, they have no concept of who Jesus is. And so many of the homes that receive a Bible, many of the homes, this is their first Bible that's come into their home, and they absolutely cherish it. My wife Tammy, this week we did our Great Treasure Day, where we gave children their Bibles, and my wife, just on a whim, she said, "Does everybody have a Bible at home?" And one little girl just started shaking her head, no. And then it's just the reality of where we are. The biblical literacy of the American family today doesn't have a Bible and doesn't know who Jesus is. And so our going onto the campus is a huge ministry for
I know that if you can reach the children, you can reach the parents as well. Jack, we just have a little over a minute left. How can people find out more about Kids Beach Club?
Yeah, that would be great. We would love for your viewing audience to check us out. Go to www.kids, kidsbeachclub.org. and go on that website, go on our website, and you can find out about the different locations that we're involved in. And we would love to come and do a meeting at your church and help your church become aware. Because what our desire is to plug that church and that church become a part of the body life of an elementary school. So we want to plug churches into their community and into those schools. And they can do that by going to kidsbeachclub.org and finding out more as to how they can participate and bring a beach club to their community.
Well, it's a great outreach for a local church to go where the kids are, reach the kids. You're going to get the parents too. Jack, always great to see you, my friend. Thanks for being faithful.
Wow, thank you, sir, and anytime. You take care, my brother.